All right, stock count and inventory, Snoopy Station, take 3, August 3rd, 2026. Wire tie mounts, small rigid, medium rigid, tie wraps, small, medium rigid, tie wraps, small rigid, miscellaneous hardware, small rigid, clear top, pulleys, miscellaneous brackeratus, small rigid, hinges, latches, handles, small rigid, 1-inch galvanized nuts and washers for 1-inch threaded rod, small rigid, turnbuckles, small rigid, crane mat hooks, small rigid, full of small shackles, small rigid, steel shim kit, variety, 2x2 squares, small rigid, 5/8 dock hardware, bolts and nuts and washers, full. Small rigid, 3/8 anchor hardware, bolts, washers, and eyelet, 3/4 machine thread. Medium rigid, full, 3/8 hardware, tower, and miscellaneous tower bracketry. Small rigid, 1/4 inch and 5/16 nut and bolt hardware. Small rigid, 3/8 nut and bolt hardware. Small rigid, machine thread, 3-inch carriage bolts, miscellaneous carriage bolts. Small rigid, 1/4 inch nuts and 5/16 washers, lots of them. Small rigid, 1/4 inch washers, lots of them. 4x4 bolts for connex bolting, lots of them. Medium rigid, 1/4 inch fender washers, 1/4 by 1 inch, 3/4, 1 inch and 1.25 inch fender washers. Medium rigid, full of 3/16 fender washers for deck screws. Small rigid, tech screws. Small rigid, 1.25 inch tech screws. Small rigid, 1.5 inch tech screw, gasketed tech screws. Medium rigid, full, 4-inch Connex tech screws. Clear top, small rigid, burst floor screws, camp, and the number 10 drivers. Finished screws for the floor and trim. Small rigid, clear top, camo screws, camp, full. Small rigid, camo tools. Small clear top rigid, miscellaneous screws. Small rigid, clear top, miscellaneous screws. Small rigid, clear top, finish nails, 4D, inch and a half, 3D, inch 1.25 and 1 inch. Small rigid, clear top, stainless steel variety of screws, like from the hurricane shutters. That's the end of miscellaneous hardware, or bolting hardware. End of 3.